coronavirus has stifled air travel, but not all of it. On this week's front page centerpiece, cargo is king at CVG. While business travelers stayed home, cargo has exploded. The airport set new records for tons of cargo in April and May, making it the main business happening at CVG. DHL, one of the two main cargo tenants, the other being Amazon, had double-digit revenue growth in April. And the thought is that a shift toward online shopping could be permanent, meaning the growth will continue. CVG CEO Candace McGraw started at the airport the same time DHL came to Hebron in 2009. She talked about cargo's explosive growth with Courier reporter Chris Wetterick.
Thanks for being with us, Candace. Appreciate that. Give me a little bit of historical perspective on cargo at CVG. You know, every airport has at least some cargo coming in, but how long has growing it been a focus for CVG and why?
Sure. Thanks, Chris. So cargo has been a key component of CVG for quite a while now. When I came into this role about 10 years or so ago, that was coming off the heels of our dehubbing from a passenger carrier, and we knew we needed to diversify our business. So we, dug into our strategic plan and said, all right, how do we best diversify our business? And at the time, we went deep into cargo, and it's proved to be a great strategy for us. So from about, I'd say 2015 through 2019, I know we were the fastest growing cargo airport in the U.S., perhaps North America. And over that time, we've grown cargo about 55%. So it's been a huge focus of ours, and, it's reaped a lot of benefits for us.
Great. What in particular makes CVG a good airport for cargo?
Well, in all things, right, what do they say in real estate? Location, location, location. So first and foremost, we are, ideally situated in the nation where you can reach about 60% of the country within an hour's flight time, right? We're situated ideally for DHL, so they can reach anywhere in the world via an overnight flight. And they have, about 55 or more flights a night out of here to all places all over the globe. So first and foremost, location. And then I'd say we have a great airfield infrastructure. We have 4 runways that can operate, 3 of which can operate independently. So, for cargo carriers, it's all speed and accuracy and no delays and being able to time up flights. And because we're so well laid out, it works well. I think I've relayed to you perhaps the anecdote in the past when we negotiated out the Amazon deal. And, we finally got to a deal closure, and it was clear that they had been talking to some other airports early on. I said, all right, now what are those things? Why did you finally choose CVG? And what they said was, first and foremost, we had a great airfield infrastructure. 2, we were surrounded by a great highway infrastructure. 3, we had a great depth of talent with aviation experience. And 4th, my airport team, we could move at the speed of business to get a deal done. So that was the perspective.
And DHL likes the fact that the runways, if you have crosswinds going one direction, you just use a different airway.
Exactly right. I'll tell you, the people that were here before us, right, did a wonderful job of laying out the runway. So efficient, so operationally sound, and it's worked really well for us. And DHL has been a great business partner. As you know, we are their number 2 location in the world in terms of volume. 92% of any of the DHL packages that fly anywhere in the Americas comes through our airport every night. So it's a great benefit for this region, and they're good folks to work with.
Let's talk about COVID-19 for a second. How important is cargo going to be to you and to the airport as we recover from COVID-19?
Yeah, cargo has been a mainstay for us, a blessing for this airport throughout this pandemic. While the passenger flights were down, of course, and they're starting to rebound, thankfully, but cargo has operated at holiday levels throughout this whole last several months. In fact, we had another record month in May where we were up 3% year over year, and that was yet a new record. So we continually set new records, and I also think during the pandemic, people got used to buying things online, right? I'm saying CVG has now become the epicenter of e-commerce, and I think that will only bode well into the future. And kind of the final benefit that maybe folks don't consider is having that stable level of operation allows us to keep our fees and charges low for the passenger carriers as well. So as those passenger carriers are thinking about what routes to layer in, which airports to look at, having that good cargo base allows us to have a very reasonable and low fee structure for the passenger carriers as well.
Great, great. And then lastly, what is CVG's strategies on leveraging your real estate and growing cargo? How do those, talk a little bit about how those intersect?
Yeah, thanks. So, as I said, 10 years ago, right, we had all our eggs in one basket, and it was a great basket, but you should never have everything, tied up in one strategy. So we looked at what things we had, right? We had cargo that we were able to diversify into, and we also had land. So we're fortunate to have under our control here 7,700 acres, the bulk of which is for airfield, but we also had parcels of land that could be developed. We said, all right, if we want to go deep into cargo, then we should look at those businesses to co-locate, at or near CVG that are going to help facilitate and keep that cargo engine stoked. So huge win for us. We've developed probably 300 acres for non-aviation development over the last several years. And again, during this pandemic, thankfully, all those people have paid their rent checks, and we've had income coming in. And I think, for a long-term strategy for this region, supply chain and cargo will be critical, right? Between Wilmington to the north of us, UPS to the south of us, this corridor will get you and get your goods anywhere in the world without delay. So huge emphasis on supply chain and cargo moving forward.
Well, Candace, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate your time.
Always. Thank you.